Herschy and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Thank you, Colin Cosell. Oh, well. Hello, everybody. We are here. We are queer, and it's been 3 years.
Yeah, Mikey. Wow.
I am excited for today. Welcome to the Herschy and the Keegs Show.
Yeah.
It is Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Mike Keegan, Mark Hirschman, Tony Walker. Hello, boys.
You know, things have a way of working out.
They
We've had guests for like 34 weeks in a row, or at least 4.
We've had a lot of guests,
and it just so happened that we were looking at guests. It didn't work out, and we decided to go OG. And then I realized, I'm like, wait a second, our anniversary was 3 years ago this week. So it just, things happen for a reason.
It's called serendipity.
Serendipity. That's exactly what it is. And obviously, ideally, it would be me, you, and Sally.
Oh, remember those good old days?
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second because there's some stuff to talk about with that. But before we get into the nitty gritty and the fun, as long as Anthony's ready, we'll go ahead and we'll drop a few sponsors to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
You know what I mean? So. We are very proud on our 3-year anniversary to announce that the Herschy and Keegs Show is proudly sponsored by Demolition Specialist. 1-855-RIP-OUT's the number you call for demolition, dumpsters, and fence rental. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. They are a fully licensed demolition contractor. We are also brought to you by Angela's Bra Boutique at 223 Main Street in Farmingdale. 516-249-6509. Personalized bra fittings providing a wide selection of brand sizes and styles. 10% off your purchase if you mention the Herschy and the Keegs Show. Then we have Triple M Professional Painting and Construction. 516-395-6390. Family owned and operated for over 35 years. Call for your free estimate today and ask for James. And last but not least, in our first run here, Sunray Services. Now is the best time to convert to hybrid heating and cooling. Call them today at 631-231-5533 or visit them online at www.sunrayservices.com. And it is now anniversary talk time. 3 years.
Oh, we did it.
3 years of laughter and love.
Who had that on the...
I don't think anyone had that on the under and over bet sheet, right?
Nope.
3 years, and it's just significant for so many ways. We started out, it was me, you, Silly Sally.
Yep.
Who, listen, we'll tell it like it is. We love Tony, but the show was just better with Sally.
It had a little extra, a little extra zhuzh.
A little zhuzh she
couple
brought to
of
the
extras.
table.
Hey, Anthony.
Oh. We
I'm talking about Mike.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's right.
We love Sally, and again, she no disrespect to Tony, the
was chipper.
Chipper, and she had that voice for radio and the face for radio. Where Tony
face
doesn't
for radio
really
is not a compliment, Mark.
Face for the live podcast.
Okay, I know.
The live show. You know what I mean? The live.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Face for live.
Face
TV
for live
radio.
podcasting.
You know what I meant?
Yes.
And then she the sister and
the sister.
What's in the box?
What's in her dead sister's box?
What was it called again? What was the?
What's in her dead sister's box?
No, but it wasn't Silly Sally. What was her sister's name? Why can't we remember it? What it was?
Denise.
It was not, you idiot. That's
No?
Rich Walker's joke from 1974. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
She just,
Cindy.
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 Yes.
What's
That's right.
in
How
Cindy?
could I ever forget that?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I did reach out to Sally today, as I have for the last 2.5 years.
Twice a week.
Asking her if she'd consider coming back. And so it was just a coincidence that I happened to text her today. And I did say, at 11:16 a.m. Zero chance of you popping on for a 2-minute phone call tonight for our 3-year anniversary show, I suppose, huh? So you can tell I had like a lot of positivity there.
Yeah.
And sweet, beautiful Sally wrote, "Sorry, but I hope your show is excellent. Love you." And that really is Sally epitomized.
That's right.
She got back.
There's a lot of blue there with not a lot of
No,
responses.
well, that's basically.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow, all right.
Yeah. She's the best. And listen, you could say we've made do with
We have
Tony.
made do.
Like we've
We
overcome.
make the best of it.
It's like it's an obstacle every week that we overcome.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
It's
that
our
would you
cross-
say that's
it's
what
our
it is?
cross to bear, I think they call it.
It's our cross to bear. That's exactly right.
Nah, he's
and
the best.
no, we love Tony. We just liked Sally more, and but it doesn't matter because Tony ruined that. So put your mic on, Tony. God damn it! At least let us hear the little girl voice, please.
He's got such a great laugh.
He does have a great laugh. It's just adorable. But it's 3 years. I'm curious if you can remember. So we started the show February of 2022.
Yep.
I had reached out to you several weeks before that. The show just didn't start on a whim. I didn't call you the day before.
No, we didn't just show up here randomly.
No, it wasn't like that. Yeah. Basically, it was there was some forethought into it. Do you remember when I first reached out to you? And if you do, tell me what your feeling was about that. I'm curious.
I was interested in getting back onto a podcast.
Yeah.
At the time, and I just
15 attempts.
I had exactly 15 failed.
I don't
attempts.
remember it well, so you can give me a little
I had
idea.
several failed podcasts before this.
Yeah.
Failed podcast.
It's not several.
I was on. I'd started several podcasts, and
Yeah.
just the dynamics of the people that I was with on them did not work.
Okay. With no disrespect to any of the people that we're talking about, right?
No disrespect. Well, yeah.
Okay.
The female that I was on the podcast with, she was phenomenal.
You ever talk to her?
Every once in a while.
Okay.
I don't really speak that much.
Okay.
But no, she was great. It worked, and we had such a great dynamic. And then there was this ugly cog that gets thrown into the mix. Which
when I had reached out to you, you wwere done with that show.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I needed an outlet.
Okay.
And I needed an outlet with somebody who's up on to my level.
Yeah, height.
Heights. Because we're both 5'2".
Yeah, exactly.
And short kings they call us.
Right.
And so you reached out to me, and I'm like, wow, this is perfect. I love Mark.
Yeah, serendipity, kismet, meant to be.
Kismet, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love Mark. I think it'll work well. Like, because how many times do we hang out in the green room?
Oh, a million, trillion.
And we'll just sit there for hours after the show.
That's right.
And we riff well.
Riffed.
And we vibe. Mm-hmm. And so that's when you reached out to me. I'm like, you know what? This could be something.
This is meant to be.
I need to be on a podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who better?
And look at us now.
Look at us now.
Look at us now.
We're doing it.
Well, it's been great. I might as well introduce a couple of gifts that I have, but they're not actually anniversary gifts because they were gifts that were given to me that were meant to be given to you, both of you, and they were given to me 2 weeks ago. But because we've had guests that have taken the full hour, I've decided to not kind of throw a wrinkle in. So these gifts, which you'll see here, they're named. So let's go ahead. This one here is to Mark. That's me.
Okay.
This one is.
I was like, who's Mark?
This is to Mike.
Oh, to Mike. This
And-
is the famous.
Yes, it is.
And
this is to Tony with love from Bobby Kaiser. That's what it is. So my dear
at this.
friend Karen Wankmuller and her boyfriend Bobby, who I grew up with both of them, as you know, they were down in Florida visiting family, and they do like to go to Buc-ee's, which we've talked about. And
famous
Karen,
Buc-ee's
just to give you an idea, 5-pound hunks of chocolate.
Chocolate
Here they
peanut
are.
butter goodness.
Buc-ee's. They dropped off, as they do. Karen and Bobby dropped off at my house a couple of weeks ago. A huge bag. It was a big big Bucky's sunflower blanket for Stacy, a Bucky's bag. It was a shirt for Stacy, and it was chocolate for me and you.
Holy
but
crow.
we need to specify that the Bucky's chocolate for Tony is from Bobby, and Bobby and Tony used to work together, and Tony is under some sort of false impression for years that Bobby does not like him, and this is to prove that Bobby does very much like Tony.
I don't know. I'm a little scared to eat it. It might be laced.
Yeah.
Make sure Tony gets this one.
Right.
Exactly. That's why they're all labeled.
Exactly.
We have the chocolate peanut butter. You have the semen filled. But enjoy that.
And it
though.
also has stuff in it that you're not going to love.
Right, exactly. You also have something.
There's also bad stuff in there.
Well, that's right. This
is awesome. Thank you guys so much. This thing is like 5 pounds.
I really do wish
so good.
that for anyone who has not had a Bucky's overbite milk chocolate peanut butter, I really do wish that they could, if not taste it, feel it, because it is such a
hockey puck.
a girthy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you say 5 pounds. It feels like it's a solid pound of chocolate here.
It's got to be a pound of chocolate, and it's filled with peanut butter, and it's solid peanut butter.
And Tony's is filled with peanut butter.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but we're excited. We're excited about
Tony,
this.
can you take a bite of yours? Tell us how you like it.
Yeah,
I'm a little scared, but I'll do it.
I will tell you that what I like about it most, honestly, is that Tony, who we know, we come here for the past 2.5 years, and all he eats is Ruffles and like French fries.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he eats like he's a 6-year-old fucking kid.
I've probably told the story a million times in here, but I've seen him eat like 8 potatoes.
Oh, right.
Rich Raider
So,
had a party,
a barbecue,
at his house, and
what Tony likes, he'll eat, which is very little. But notice how he gets excited when we give him the Bucky's peanut butter overbite thing. Yeah. So he does definitely enjoy it, and it is something that we like. We like making you happy.
Yeah.
And so speaking of making Tony happy, Tony just dropped us a little pearl before the show, a couple of pearls, and. As Mike and I have referenced many times over the years, a lot of stuff that happens before the show, after the show, is stuff that we really wish we could talk about. But
it's usually funnier than
it's funnier, and it's just stuff that we can't talk about because we want to have friends and wives and things like that.
Exactly.
But Tony is not generally a person. He lets us talk whatever we want.
Yeah.
So Tony, if you don't mind, I mean, I don't know,
an open book.
do you want to? I mean, I don't know how we should even pass this story along.
We all know Tony's got his show that he does here,
Right.
the Knock 'em Dead radio show.
Sure.
And every Friday he has a guest co-host,
Right.
Who's our very good friend,
Yep.
one of the funniest people who you could see at Doc's in Island Park on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Rosie Fiumara.
So it's newer to the comedy scene.
Newer to the comedy scene.
From everyone that I've spoken to,
Lovely.
People just, you know what it is? Not aside from her being funny, people just say that she's a good person to be around, which is not always the norm.
She's very
in
cool.
comedy. So,
like I told you the story earlier. Like I just had my best friend from elementary school. Actually,
Right. Okay.
His wife has worked for Rosie for like 23 years.
which regardless of what the industry is, that speaks volumes about a person.
Oh yeah, exactly.
If you can work for someone for that long,
nothing but great things to say about Rosie. She's been there 23 years. They're very close. Like Rosie, her son, my friend's daughter had a school play the other day. Rosie's there.
Right. Rosie was in the play.
She was in the play.
Yeah.
Because they're very good family friends. So she co-hosts the Knock 'em Dead show here on
recently
Fridays.
This started, correct?
Just recently.
So Rosie is
now.
Tony does this show 5 days a week, which is just mind-boggling. No, really, it's very good. But Rosie is his new Friday co-host.
Yeah,
and
she's great.
All right, so go ahead, Mike.
So I guess this week, Governor's Comedy Club, where we
Do this
tape
wonderful
from,
show every week.
has a sister club in Belmore called the Brokerage, and they sell merch there.
Merch.
One of the things,
Really nice merch.
Really nice merch.
Yeah.
Shirts, hats, you
Yeah.
name it. One of the items of merch they sell are women's underwear.
Which it's a legendary item. I don't know if they still actually sell it or it's just been in the case at Brokerage for a while. But it was spotted by Tony recently at Brokerage. Is that correct, Tone?
That is incorrect. Spotted by Rosie.
Oh, Rosie spotted.
Rosie
okay.
was there, spotted
That's
it.
what you're here for, Tony.
Mentioned it to the management and owners that she would want a pair, and then it was given to her. The Governor's women's underwear.
Yep.
And Tony has a friend and listener of his show, and during the show,
let's mention his name because he's his
John
name,
Rusiello.
John Rusiello, who we talked about. You visited in Florida, Stakes, going through some health issues. Wonderful guy. Hold that note. What do we have going on here? Do we have an incoming call?
You do.
All right, let's see what this is all about.
Something we want? All right.
I think so.
Welcome to the Hershey and Keegs show. Who do we have calling?
This is Donald Trump, the president of the
Whoa!
What?
Look at this.
What?
Happy anniversary to us.
Holy jeez. Go ahead,
What an
Mr.
honor.
Happy
President.
anniversary.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, should we call you 45 or 47? What do you prefer?
Both.
Both. There you go.
45 or 47?
Well, hello, 45, 47.
What do we owe this wonderful phone call to?
Well, I'm a big fan of the show, and I know it's your anniversary, so I wanted to call in. You know, I when they gave me the phone number, I said, "Oh, this is a special phone number for presidents."
Yeah.
And then it's on the screen. It's the regular studio line. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a special. That's okay.
This is true.
It's special
We
because
should-
it's you, and we do have our phone ring constantly, and we literally never pick it up. But we did have a feeling that it was you, Mr. President, tonight. We do appreciate you calling. Obviously, I put you up to this, Mr. President, being that Mike is my dear friend, and I'm celebrating an anniversary, and this is my way of saying thank you.
Well, thank you, because there's nobody I love more than President Donald Trump.
Yeah, what do you have to say to your literally one of your biggest fans, Mike Keegan, on his 3-year anniversary on the Hershey and the Keegs show? What do you have to say to him?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate you. You guys have had amazing people on the show. Billions of listeners around the world listen to the show. I love the show.
Yeah.
And 3 years is a long time. A lot of shows don't last that long.
Yeah.
You know, next year you'll be around for a full presidential term, which is more than I can say for Kamala. But,
Right, exactly.
Well,
So-
the first 3 years of our show was under a bad presidential term, so now it's on its way up.
Do you think we're going to have the kind of staying power that you had, which was 4 years in office, then you took a little break, and now you're back for another 4 years? Do you think we have an 8-year run in us?
I think you've got an 80-year run. I think this show is tremendous.
Wow.
I mean, I'm a president, but I love governors, and you're on a great network.
Yeah.
You've got great guests, a great show. Everybody loves this show, and it's 3 years is a long time. So,
Yeah.
you know, here's to another 77 years.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. We do appreciate you calling in. And all right, we'll let go of the charade. This is not actually the president. I know you thought I saw it in your face.
What?
I thought you looked like it was, so you got a little teary-eyed. This is a comedian, impressionist extraordinaire, our
Emmy
friend.
Award-winning.
This is the award-winning. What did he win?
Emmy Award-winning.
He did win an Emmy Award.
That's correct.
I don't know anything about that. Our
Yeah, I
friend,
won an Emmy.
Mr. John Santo. How are you, sir? How are you doing, John?
I'm doing well. It's weird to talk in my own voice on one of these shows.
Well,
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you so much. Did you know, by the way, who it was? Or you thought it was the number 47?
No, I thought it was the 47th president of the United
You
States,
did.
Donald Trump.
You
yes.
did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
Johnny, we appreciate you calling in, giving us a little pop. And before we let you go, we'd like to go ahead and expose you to our people because you're always so generous. Every birthday, you send myself a little voicemail and Mike and Tony. So tell all of our people where they can find you on social media for your comedy, for your impersonations. Where can they find you?
Yep. So I do a little series of mini movies, mini videos with my impressions. I just did the Trumpinator and the Tony Soprano. Having a restaurant review done on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You can check me out on Instagram, Celebrity Impressionist, and on YouTube, the @ Celebrity Impressionist.
That's fantastic. Excellent. I did watch some of the little videos today of the Trumpinator, and it's fantastic. So anybody who follows us, please follow John Santo. I can honestly say that aside from his expertise as a comic and an impersonator, he is definitely one of the most well thought of people that I know in this industry.
Not one ill word.
He's kind of like today's version of Les Deegan. You remember Les?
I remember Les. Yeah, God rest his soul.
No, Les Deegan and
he's still with us.
Still very much with us. Les Deegan and John Santo are probably the most well spoke of people, and we're glad to now have you as part of the show. Les has been part of the show before. We appreciate you. Maybe we'll have you in studio one day, and keep on doing what you're doing, brother. We really appreciate you, and thank you for calling in.
Thanks, guys, and happy anniversary again.
Thank you,
pal.
sir, and God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
That's right. Take care. Bye, buddy. So long now.
Take care,
Bye.
Johnny. Oh, that's a treat.
Terrific.
That's a nice treat.
Little treat I got for
Look,
you.
I got
Little
chocolate,
present.
peanut butter, and Donald Trump. There's nothing else to give me
it's
now.
basically usually me giving, you taking. That's just the way it goes.
So all right, told about John how he exposes himself. And speaking of exposing yourselves, we're talking about the underwear that Rosie had acquired.
So Rosie brings in for the Friday show the pair of underwear that she was gifted by James from Governors.
Okay,
gotcha.
So she brings it in. Steve Ranazizi, whoever Tony's friend's name, what was his name?
Steve Ranazizi. He was told that story, that fictitious story.
So Tony's friend called in and said, I will donate $200 to Tony's PAL league that he is
affiliated with, in charge of
president
kids.
of.
Right.
I'll donate $200 to your league.
Yep.
If you, Tony Walker, try on these underwear.
Try on these little diminutive, skimpy
ladies,
thong-like underwear.
Governor's underwear. And Tony's a team player.
Tony is a team player, and apparently didn't think twice about it the way he described it to us. So keep on going.
He put him right over here in the corner of the room.
Sure he did.
Stripped himself butt naked.
Yeah.
And wore them like a woman would wear her underwear with nothing underneath. And He
well, I mean, you wear something under underwear?
Well, so if you're a guy and you're just like doing it like as a goof, you'd probably put like a pair of.
Oh, I see. Oh, you're saying he went out with his vagina exposed.
It's true, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
And Tony was live on air.
Yep.
And modeling these women's underwear. And,
yes.
And he had a little friend pop out.
Well, let's go ahead. Let's hear from the source himself. Go ahead, Mr. Walker.
Mike's description was spot on.
So you're here, but mind you, you're live on YouTube, on Facebook,
which you could go to YouTube right now and see the episode.
Which is
it's still there.
We specifically asked Tony, is it okay that we let people know that your little nugget came out for a visit? And so apparently the way the story goes is Tony was sitting here in these women XS, size underpants, and he was talking about trivia and other nonsensical things he talks about, and one of his nuggets flew out of the left side of the underpants.
Yep.
And so my thought is like, show ends, he goes back to YouTube, he edits it.
He edited it out,
right?
Like professional.
Like if you remember, maybe 6 or 7 shows into us starting, I said the C word on cat, and I was so unnerved that I did it. And I made Tony go back. I said Carla Oakerson, and I'm like, get that off. And I made Tony go back. I said the C word, and he had to edit it out.
Yes.
And Tony's like, no, it's still on there.
Exactly.
That's it. His pasta vajul just flopped right out.
I edited. You asked me to edit the word out.
Yeah.
It's not like I said to you.
No. What I'm saying is
you didn't edit your
I'm
your
saying that
ball.
I was uncomfortable at saying the C word, and you let your nuggets flop out. I don't want to see it.
You said you. I thought you said you wanted to see it.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I guess I do.
Look, there it is.
There it is.
What's with the Met thing, by the way?
That's my prosthetic. That's my prosthetic leg.
Oh, yeah, it's New York Mets prosthetic leg.
I have a Mets thing on it.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the grossest thing we saw.
Right. Right. We used to think that his bloody nub was going to be the grossest thing. Now we see his little love nugget squirt out of his underpants.
You don't want to see the whole thing?
I don't want to see it. My God. If I want to see it, I'll have you drop your trousers right now.
Oh, we could do it.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
I
want to
wonder-
see it, and I'm going to go back and watch the episode.
You would think that, but meanwhile, if we had played the song "Life Goes On," "Obla Dee Do Obla Da" on that show, they would have edited it out. YouTube would have stopped it.
YouTube would-
but the
YouTube
fact that
would-
your balls flopped out, no one gave a shit about, though.
And that was Valentine's Day, right?
Right.
No, it wasn't this past Friday. It was the Friday before.
Friday before. So go to the February 7th episode
Correct.
of Knock 'em Dead Comedy.
Wait, was that the one that I called in on? Was that her first episode or no?
No, I think
second.
I think this is the second episode.
Wow.
She came in. She did a Friday. Then we didn't do a Friday, and then the past 2 Fridays she's been here. So she's done 3 or 4 at this point.
Well,
Something
terrific.
like that.
Well done. Congratulations to Rosie, to Tony, and his nut. That's really good.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, all 3
Not
of
all
them.
3 of his nuts, all 3.
Right.
Tony, Rosie, and
Is that why one popped out because they couldn't all fit? It's like, hey, the 2 can fit in here,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
the third one
You're outta here,
has
buddy.
to squirt out. Just pop right out of there. They actually look pretty good, those underpants on you.
I think
will
his
say
nuts.
that.
I think his balls.
Yeah, it's nuts. I can't concentrate between chocolate and Tony's balls.
Chocolate and balls.
That's really good.
So so watch Knock 'em Dead Comedy. And you'll
Watch
see
Knock 'em
Tony's-
Dead Comedy and watch Tony's balls come to life. It's been a wonderful 3 years. Has it been, expectation-wise for you, has it been better than you thought it was going to be, worse, what you expected, or you just didn't have any expectations?
Exponentially better.
Wow, that's
Also because
interesting.
I didn't have any expectations.
Right, that's fair. That's a fair answer.
It has been a wide ride.
It has been a wild, wide ride. Yes, yeah.
A wild ride for 3 years.
Yeah.
We've come closer
Of
to
course.
each other.
Yep, absolutely.
We've had many good times, a lot of laughs, a few tears.
A lot of laughs, more laughs than we could have ever imagined.
Yeah.
Probably the level of guests that we couldn't have anticipated.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of which, this is a good time. Speaking of guests, let's go ahead and see if we can pop up. You know who? Our talent coordinating. Let's go ahead. We'll make little intermittent. We'll see how we
Little
do for
guest
time today.
surprises like the,
but I gave you the number. And we'll see. We don't even know how live radio. You don't know how it's going to work.
Anything could happen.
We have no idea what someone's
That's what we
doing.
do because we fly by the seat of our pants.
And Tony's pants get flown right out of his underpants. Exactly. So yeah, it's been a wild ride. We're gonna go ahead and make a call, and we'll see who's gonna pick up.
Hello?
Hey, we got him there. How you doing, Pig Vomit?
Wow, this is amazing. Hershey and the Keegs. Happy anniversary, boys.
We were just talking about, how we got here, and certainly I think the story of 3 years of Hershey and the Keegs would be incomplete without mentioning our friend Rich Kleiman and his efforts, and he's not just Rich Kleiman anymore. He's the Vomit of Pigs.
The Vomit of Pigs, the heartbeat of their show. I think.
So we just wanted to pop you up. You've been on the show. You've been a co-host. You've sat in the chair. You've been on virtually. Now we just wanted to say hello and thank you for getting us to where we're at. You've helped us a lot of times, and we appreciate you. And how's it meant to you? Has it been substantial? Do you like being a little bit of a little part of the show? What's it meant to you?
It's been amazing. Mark, I don't know if you remember when you first started this amazing show, when I was calling you at midnight when you were looking to get someone like an Anthony Recker on the show.
Right.
And you were like, what the hell are you calling me for at midnight?
Right.
But we wound up doing it, and to be the first and only guest host of the Hershey and the Keegs show when Mr. Keegan was busy, I think it was in North Carolina.
Right.
Was quite an honor. So this show has had a major impact on me, and you guys are unbelievable, and I hope you have another 8 more years. And contrary to what you guys were saying, as much as I love Silly Sally, I like Tony Walker too. So
we love Tony.
You're all right,
love
buddy.
Tony.
You're all right.
We
love Tony.
Thanks, Pig.
Yeah.
We like to bust his balls.
We tease him a lot because we got him on the spot.
That's right.
Welcome back, Tony. Welcome back. Well, hopefully you're enjoying the show. I mean, I know that from a political standpoint, that might not have been your most favorite guest ever, but I hope you enjoyed the fact that the President of the United States of America called in for this anniversary show. I hope that you found that to be significant.
Actually, I was taking a shit when that happened, so I missed it, so sorry.
Okay, well, that makes 2 of you, so
Sorry.
so that's good.
It was the greatest shit
Yeah, it was the
Exactly.
well, we appreciate you. Go back to watching the show and doing what you do best, which is supporting us and brainstorming, and we'll see what you have up your sleeve. And again, we appreciate you, and thanks for being a part of Herschy and the Keegs Show.
Thanks, boys. Congratulations. Hope to help you guys out a lot more in the future.
God bless you. Feel good. Take care.
Bye-bye
Bye now. Yeah, so it's been wonderful. It's interesting. We've gotten through 28 minutes of the show, and somehow we didn't mention last week's show and the significance that it had. And I know you had told me that a lot of people had texted you, and I obviously got an overwhelming amount. We had Scott Advapsky on, Hershey demolition specialist, Hershey family friend, but most importantly, what happened last week was we had one full hour with a man who had just celebrated his 25-year anniversary of being clean of drug addiction. And it was a really impactful show, and people watched it, and Scotty and his family loved it. And the next day, Scotty had called me and said that it got him to go back to meetings. He hadn't been to meetings.
It got him to go back to crack.
He went right back to the Rock. He went right back to the Rock. He's back fully entrenched in it.
One night with us.
Yeah, I would say that.
That's great. The next day he was going to meetings.
He was helping people out, and I would say out of obviously the most amount of views that we've gotten on shows. There's been shows that have gotten multiple thousand. Drawings by Trent, Fathering by Autism. I would say the most amount of views that we've gotten on a non-celebrity show, aside from the number one was when we had Sue on after the fire. That was like ridiculous. We had multiple thousand views, but Scotty brought a whole shitload of viewers last week, and I will say there's a little bit of irony. We had Scotty on last week, and then just yesterday at 6:45 in the morning, Scotty and Demolition Specialist, our sponsor, rolled up at the Galina's house at 6:45 in the morning to finally do the deed that they have been waiting for so long, and they knocked their house to the ground once and for all.
You could have done Mark's house while you were there.
Right. That's not nice. Why would he say that? It's not called for.
That would have been hilarious.
Why?
He's right there. Like a little practical joke.
Well, I'll tell you, it was interesting. Scotty showed up, and one of the things we were talking about is like people maybe having envy or jealousy towards his toys in his house or whatever. This motherfucker was in that goddamn cherry picker or whatever it was from 6:45 in the morning till 5 o'clock straight. He stopped for about 5 minutes.
He was doing it himself?
No, he is the only one who does it.
Oh, really?
He does it, and he excavated that house into rubble. Then he dug the ground up so they can build another foundation. And the only person who sat in that drill bit yesterday was actually Suzanne, who he let sit, and she took the first swipe.
Really?
And
that's cool.
And she bashed that first bash was her, and it was pretty fucking crazy. And I sat at my door watching it the whole day. Like it was just, for me it was. It's an emotional thing. Like that house has been there since I've been there, and well before Johnny and Sue and the kids lived there. It was John's grandmother who lived there many years ago, and Samantha was a newborn at the time, and she would let Samantha run around. Nanny would let Samantha run around that house, and she'd leave roses for her and with tinfoil and a cup, and a lot of emotions watching that house get knocked to the ground.
You celebrated
yesterday.
your last birthday at that house, right?
That's exactly right,
and
other things.
And
as
I wasn't invited, and then coincidentally weeks later it burns to the ground.
Right. Well, we'll have an arson investigator on you.
See if you don't invite me to your next birthday. What happens?
Guess we'll have to work on that. But it was a pretty incredible thing to watch.
That's awesome.
So kudos to Scotty, wishing the Galina family well on their house being knocked down and now the new beginning starting, and it was a pretty significant day. Before we go into a few other things that we have on the docket, let's go ahead and wrap up with our second list of sponsors, if you want, Tone, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
We will start half hour number 2 with talking about demolishing houses and fires, American Restoration Solutions. When disaster strikes, they'll guide you to recovery. Call 516-662-9377 and ask for Senior Account Manager Keith Dunn, who is, like I said, not just a guy that I grew up with, but he's a class act whose people, his clients, really revere him. He's wonderful. New View Construction, established in 2007. They are the people to call for the finest craftsmanship and all of your general contracting needs. Call 516-924-5627 and do it with confidence. That's Anthony at New View. He is wonderful. Dormers, extensions, bathrooms, you name it. We have Sip and Serve waitress and bartending service. Elevate your next private party with the Sip and Serve squad. Their awesome bar and wait staff will ensure your event will be unforgettable. Book now and let them handle the details while you enjoy the celebration. Call Jen at 516-528-6783. I know someone who recently had a party run by Jen and her colleague, and they raved. They sat around and they, not Jen and her colleague, but the people who had the party sat around and drank. Imagine hiring people and they just sat around and drank.
Yeah.
The people who had the party, it was like they were at someone else's party, but it was their party.
Yep.
So Jen and her colleague really go ahead and destroy. They do a great job. And then last but not least, the beautiful New York State licensed real estate person Diane Keegan from All Island Estates Realty Corporation.
Oh, yeah?
You can call Diane directly at 516-458-1864 or email her at diane@allislandestates.com. If you're looking to rent, sell, or buy, make Diane your first call. And speaking of Diane and her first call, why don't we call Diane Keegan right now?
Really?
See, we're not looking to buy, sell, or rent. I mean, I know you're not looking to go anywhere.
Let's buy something.
But let's go ahead and call, because she is a part of this show.
She is.
She has been, and she's a beautiful, lovely woman who we could assume is watching right now.
I'm sure she's watching with my dad, who just had his 70th birthday
Mike
last
Keegan,
week.
happy birthday to him. Yeah.
Thank you. She's not going to answer.
You know what? Live radio, bro.
Live radio, you never know what's going to happen.
It's okay.
Hello?
The beautiful Diane Keegan, welcome to the Herschy and the Keegs show. How are you tonight?
I can't hear you.
You can hear us. Did you hear me say anything at all?
Hello?
Can you hear now?
Can you hear us
I can hear you now, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you just
So
have to hold it to your ear.
Diane, we have a very small list, a very special guest that we're calling. You were on the very short list. You are one of our, not just the mother of my co-host.
Me.
That's Mike Keegan. But you are also a very, very loyal listener, and we feel like it would be remiss to not say hello and thank you. And why don't you tell us briefly what this show has meant to you in the last 3 years?
So I can tell you, my husband, he's a stay-at-home type person, just likes to be home, doesn't like to go out much. Mm-hmm. But this is the highlight of his life.
Oh, wow.
Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, it was...
Right.
What did he say?
What did he say?
He said, that's pretty sad.
No, it's not. Is it really true, though? Is this accurate?
It really is. It was 30 seconds past 9 o'clock. He goes, the podcast started. What are you doing?
That really is pretty significant, if that's
right.
true. That means a lot.
Put him on the phone as well, if you'd like.
You know what it is? I think we just have this love for comedy, and
yeah.
As you know, Michael's our only child, so anything that has to do with him, it lights up our life, you know. So people like you that mean a lot to him mean a lot to us.
You do mean a lot to me, Mark.
Thank you, sir. It's interesting, and I was going to segue into that when you guys weren't on the air, but I saw that it was Mike Keegan's, Mike's dad's birthday this past weekend, and I believe that you and Aunt Patty and Uncle John
and
Angela, cousin, did you guys all go out? Was it the Bronx or Brooklyn? Where was it?
Brooklyn.
We went to Brooklyn.
Yeah, in Bay Ridge. We were doing a show at Panino Rustico in Bay Ridge, so we had a little celebration for the old man.
It's just amazing to me because Mike is performing very consistently, and you guys never fail to go to bat for him. And it's not like he's writing new material. We know that. So the fact, I mean, he's still talking about the 4 governors ago in New Jersey. He's writing jokes about, but you're still there. You're still there. You go to bat every single time.
I'm milking it for as much as I can.
Oh, corn dog, it's a vegetable. Like, who fucking cares, right? But but you're there one time after another, fake laughing the whole time.
His mother raping people at gunpoint.
Right. His mother at gunpoint, and and you guys just you go to bat every time, and it's really beautiful to watch. And again, you know, certainly we've talked. You know, this is like a very, it could be mentally taxing sometimes where we get frustrated that we haven't grown on one platform or another, and we want to, you know, we want to make big splashes, but it brings us back down to reality when we have the Dianes and the Mike Keegans of the world telling us how significant the show is, and it keeps really us want to keep on doing it. And we didn't want to keep you long. We just wanted to say thank you. Happy birthday to Mr. Keegan.
I want to say one last
thing. Please, go, yeah.
We have to make it a goal for this year, in 2025, to Michael finally get married.
Oh, okay.
Right, well, if Mark will have me.
Yeah. I mean, you've asked a lot of me, but that seems like a lot.
Mark, yeah.
I don't know.
As soon as you and Stacy are done.
You know, it's very interesting you say that. I'm obviously older than Mike, and the days of me being in wedding parties and throwing bachelor parties are well behind me. But I will be very frank with you, Mama Keegs. Nothing would give me more happiness than being able to celebrate Mike and Carla and the Grasshopper.
Or whoever.
Or whoever it is. I just said a name that I knew of.
Yeah.
I would think it would be... it's really a great point. Like, there's so much sadness in the world. That would really give us all really so much joy, something to look forward to, a little Atlantic City weekend or other things that I have up my sleeve. So
I've already got the mother-son songs ready.
Is that a song that you and Mike have discussed in the past? Or
it's the song that Kendrick Lamar did at the halftime show.
You know what? If you have a song that Mike does not know, let's keep it under wraps for now then.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, keep it under wraps because it's going to be beautiful no matter what it is. And you know what? Now that you dropped that seedling, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can help that make it grow a little bit. Right. So,
and just so you know, one last thing. It was Michael's 70th birthday. I'm not.
Yeah.
He doesn't want me to keep saying it, but
yeah.
Can you imagine? My husband is 70 years old.
I can't, especially since every time I see him, he does not look like he's anywhere older than his 50s. He looks very well, as do you. God bless the both of you. I wish you both, health and happiness and laughter. And listen, if it keeps you going by going to Mike's shows, I guess you just keep on doing it.
Well, keep doing it. Exactly.
Keep doing it.
Thank you so much.
Mark's going to let me borrow the $10,000 so I can get married.
That's right. Absolutely. God bless the both of you. We got 20 minutes left, and we'll see what kind of tricks we have up our sleeves, okay?
Great. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, guys. Good night, everybody.
Bye,
Take
Dad.
care. Bye. Bye. Night. Wow, I didn't expect that bomb to be dropped just now.
Really? What the hell?
Is that something? Is that something that actually is a thing in your house? Is it a thing?
Now it is.
No, I'm saying. I mean, your mom obviously. This is something that she's on her mind.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
well, 20 minutes from now, we're going to be talking about this because your mom, she's going to definitely text me to say, "Hey, could you work on this?" Yep. So I definitely will. Wow, I don't know how I'm a little bit thrown off by that, but I will do what I can to definitely help. We'll take a little segue off of our anniversary for a second, and I want to touch on a few things that happened this weekend because we both texted back and forth about this SNL special and some of the stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wanted to touch on, I don't know if you felt the same, but Cher?
Cher, yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Do you eat baby hearts? Like, how do you...
I don't
she
understand.
Does not look 92 years old.
It looks like she really did turn back time. She really did turn back time.
Her boyfriend is like 34 years old.
So, you know what's interesting? So
I think when you get that young stuff...
When you hear that Cher is 78, in the scheme of things, it doesn't really sound that old because she's been in the public eye.
Yeah.
Like, it was Sonny and Cher like in the 60s.
Yeah.
Which is like 50-something years ago.
Yeah.
So that means that long-haired perv Sonny was like 35 and she was like 6.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's true.
Right? Because she was literally, she was a teenager and he was definitely older.
Much older, yeah.
So 78, it's not like it's 98.
Yeah, and 78's not 78
right.
In 1975 either. But
Then again, there's not many 78-year-olds who are wearing a fucking unitard
I know.
and looking like that. And like, if you panned in the audience, they showed like John Hamm and Kevin Costner. Like those guys are like,
jaws were dropping.
We want to bang her.
I know.
We want to bang Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're 50 years too old to bang her.
That's right.
But
yeah.
I mean, I guess her daughter could be her son, and she could be her.
So is it just Chaz Titty?
Chaz no more titties.
But is that her own? Is there another child? I don't remember the situation.
They have a boy. I think there's a boy.
Yes, there is.
There is another.
Cher had another baby with Greg Olman.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, right. Okay. And you don't. I guess when you have a sister who then grew a penis, you don't get talked a lot about.
Yeah, exactly.
So
you take
that
over
baby you've never heard about at all, right?
It's a boy, right? It looks exactly like Greg Olman.
Had a baby. It's a boy. Yeah, right.
That is correct. Yes, he's a musician. He looks like his dad.
He looks
yes.
exactly like Greg Olman, and But Cher. I guess when you
there's 11 years between Sonny and Cher. He's 11 years older than him.
Oh, wow. Well, he's not anything. He's in a heap on the bottom of a mountain. Hopefully not still.
I think they
got him?
I think they scraped him off.
They got him? They got him?
They scraped him off that tree and gave him a proper...
Please. She's really fucking talented, though.
She's so talented. She's beautiful. She's,
I mean,
whatever.
To me, this SNL special was fine. It didn't blow me away at all.
It had its moments.
Yeah, it had its moments. But for me, I was fixated about the whole Cher thing.
So was I.
Yeah.
The moments where like Bill Murray comes on Weekend Update
that was
great.
cool. Garrett Morris and that was neat.
Yeah,
I would have liked
Martin
to see.
was great. I liked when Steve Martin called ice on Martin Short.
That was good. I mean, those are the people that I wanted to see. Like,
I don't want to see Marcelo Hernandez.
I don't know why.
Stand any of the new cats, and Marcelo Hernandez is a bit of a dick. He used to book the Grizzly Pear in
the city.
In the city,
really.
And I used to do a lot of shows with him there.
Oh wow,
a little bit of a douchebag.
I didn't find anything he did funny. I didn't find any of the new stuff
Bowen
funny.
Yang, I don't think is funny.
They could have done. I wanted to see they could have done Rob Schneider and the copies.
Yeah, exactly.
They could have done Gumby, Mr. Rogers.
Yes. You have Eddie Murphy there. How do you not do Gumby?
Why are you not doing Hans and Franz?
I know.
Why are you not doing a Hot Tub? Why are you not doing Cheerleader?
They did the Robert Goulet thing. You have Will Ferrell there. You do Robert Goulet. You don't do the Hot Tub.
Fucking weak ass shit.
Yeah.
Totally weak. And again, maybe it's because they had such limited time and they try to jam things in, and certain bits were harder to produce. But like I said, for me, I was like, I
wasn't blown away. That, like I said, it had great moments, but 90% of it I could care less about.
Yeah, but Cher was the definite highlight of it.
Yes.
Speaking of Cher and elderly things, I don't know. I was very taken aback by this the other day. As you know, I'm at my mom's house multiple times a week, dropping off food or whatever, and spiders, crickets. The other fucking night when I left here Tuesday night, who did we have on Tuesday night? We had Scotty. We had Scotty. Yeah. I'm going to make the right turn on Gardeners Avenue to go home. Mm-hmm. My mother calls me. She's like, "There's a cricket," and I'm like, first of all, the timing is ridiculously impeccable because I'm literally coming past your house. But it's fucking it's like 3 feet of snow outside, and what is there a goddamn cricket hopping around your bathroom? And sure as shit, she had this goddamn fucking lizard type cricket bouncing around in there. So I went ahead and got it, but when I was there, I saw that her mail was in a bag, and I usually go through the mail and pay the bills, whatever. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that was left in the bag was a notice from the Levittown Library. She is. My mother reads an enormous amount, always has read a lot. And there's a service where for people elderly who don't go out a lot, they'll just bring you the books. They'll leave them on the door, And so I opened up the letter. And I'm a little bit taken aback by the fact that the name of the company or the organization that they have, it's called Homebound Delivery Service. Homebound. And I'm like, could you fucking animals?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, could you just say like home delivery of books or book delivery service? Yeah. Like how? Like, hey, crippled old fuck, book delivery service.
Hey, decrepit,
right? Feeble, wheelchair bound. That's right.
The invalid book delivery service. Invalid library.
Sir, your rickets caught up with you. Sir, you got polio in 1973. And I'm like, homebound?
You're near the end delivery services.
What the homebound?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm just saying, but like, I can understand if it was a name that maybe they came up with like in the 50s, but it's really improper.
I know, exactly.
I'm like, homebound, you motherfuckers.
That's terrible.
I mean,
just so many different words you could say.
So many things. So I was bothered by that. I was bothered by the the cricket. I was definitely bothered by the cricket. Yeah.
You should get her a snake.
Would a snake do that?
They eat crickets, yeah.
A homebound snake? I get it.
A homebound snake.
If that would do the trick, because, when there's a cricket and she can't really get to it, like my mother will reach for every single cleaning supply. So surprise! It's a cricket, and here's your Lysol. But she'll go for every single thing. So you walk in there, and the house smells like Lemon Pledge and like and Windex and
it's just
all
the
this
cleanest
stuff.
cricket you'll ever see in your life.
Seriously, you finally get this thing. He is squeaky clean.
You'd see your reflection in his thorax.
But the problem is that by the time I get there, the cricket might be on the verge of dying, but every ounce of the floor is like an ice skating rink because it's covered with all the shit that she's spraying. Yeah. And I'm like, well, that's the next calamity that's potentially going to happen.
Your mother's inhaling all these chemicals.
Right, that's exactly right. So she killed the cricket, but she has pleurisy.
She has emphysema now.
She has what do they call that? Sickle cell or something like that.
No, that's what the black people get. It's not. No, it is. I don't think white people get sickle cell.
Well, there's enough spray.
She has what's the one? Mesothelioma.
Right. That's right. Do you know, by the way, that your boy, Dr. Darius Paduk, who this motherfucker is in prison for life, and there's still commercials going on about him to this
Poor
day.
guy.
Like, let him get totally ass rammed in peace.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're like, there's still time. What else can we do here? What else is going? The guy literally, he probably gets out 10 minutes a day. Yeah. He's totally getting stuffed like a goddamn eggplant constantly.
The nerd with his bow tie.
What else are you doing? Right, sitting there with his bow tie and his asshole wide open. Like, what else are they gonna do?
Poor Darius Paduk.
There's still time. Like, they're
making write him a letter.
They're making him into like an empathetic figure almost.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
we should write Darius Paduk. Maybe we can get Darius Paduk on the podcast.
I would love to have.
He's got nothing to do all day. Maybe we can get him on the podcast.
If we could get some combination.
Hey, Pig Vomit.
Yeah,
Rich Kleinman, can you get Darius Paduk to come on
the podcast? Or
if
you can't, get Darius Rucker, and we can act like he is time. You can just,
sickle cell.
Yeah. Oh, Tony. No, if we can't get Darius Paduk, we'll take Darius Rucker.
I will take Darius Rucker over
and if we can't get him, if we can get Darius Kasparaitis.
Darius Kasparaitis. I used to take physical therapy with him when I hurt my knee. Playing football in high school, I would have to go after school. So like the physical therapy place was closing down, and it would be me, Darius Kasparaitis, and Benoit Hogue. It would just be the three of us working out. Yeah, it was the coolest thing.
Right now, Darius Kasparaitis and Benoit Hogue are in like Ottawa on a podcast. Yeah, we were there with this guy who played on the East Meadow Jets, and his knee was hurting, and now he's. I wonder what he's up to.
They weren't Iranian. They were.
I wonder. He taught us an Iranian accent. We were,
That's just sitting on a couch and jerk off.
There you go.
Oh,
it could happen.
Tony, very good. Nice. Well, I had a little joke I wanted to tell you about.
Yeah?
A little jokey joke.
All right.
A little jokey joke. I'll tell both of you guys this. Do you know, Mike, what the baby corn said to the mama corn?
What?
Where's popcorn?
Oh my God.
Yeah. I like that. Thank you.
Where is he?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Nobody
it's a
knows.
great joke, yeah.
Nobody knows. Speaking of corn, I also thought that you'd get a kick out of this. So you know how I spent a lot of my time over at the drive-through deli next door, the cow as they call it, which is owned by, are they Pakistani or Indian? You know the guys who are next door.
Some of them are Pakistani. Then You got the one.
Well, Nancy, the girl who works there, she's not Pakistani, but
there's a guy in the morning. I think he's just Spanish.
Oh, Spanish guy. He's the cook.
Yes.
Yeah. He's not affiliated with them. Family connected. The rest of them are family. It's a family. You know.
Oh, okay.
And so something happened the other day that made me laugh out loud. And the guy wasn't trying to be funny at all, but it was so fucking stupid that it made me laugh my balls off. Generally speaking, I go in there and I get the same stuff. I get my mother a turkey sandwich on a seedless roll. I'll get Max, I'll get him eggs on toast, whatever. But I usually get egg whites on whole wheat toast or egg whites with peppers and turkey, and I always get it on whole wheat toast. That's just my thing, whole wheat toast. But the other day I was in there, and I had to drive Max to school early, and I was like, I don't want fucking toast. I want a corn muffin. I wanted a buttered corn muffin, which is not something that I get a lot.
Yeah, but every once in a while
I was in the mood for it. So I went to the guy, and I said, I'm going to have a buttered corn muffin. And he says to me, you want it on whole wheat toast? And Nancy from the back blurted out laughing like she's fucking. And I thought it was hilarious, and I thought he was making a funny, you know.
And he just
no.
Knows that you get everything on whole wheat toast.
So I'm like, yes. Could you sandwich?
Can I have a muffin sandwich, please?
Could you butter a corn muffin for me and then put it in between two pieces of wheat toast?
That sounds like it could be delicious because you get a little bit of the sweet.
No. I mean, not really. But I'm like, no. I'm gonna go rogue and have it without.
No, raw dog that corn muffin for me, please.
I'm like, despite the common theme that people normally get, the old corn muffin on wheat toast, I'm just gonna go straight muffin.
You know what? Throw it on pumpernickel. Let's get crazy.
That's right. Just put it on a hero for me.
Well, corn muffin hero.
Oh God. Yeah. So that was pretty funny. Yeah.
Dude, you should have said yes just to take a picture of what he served you and be like.
Dude, I was so caught off guard by it, honestly, that it cracked me up. We are sadly almost to the end, and in typical fashion, usually the person that goes last in a comedy show is the headliner, and I think we would be doing a disrespect if we didn't try to bring on our very, very dear friend of the show who's been on multiple times. We're going to give a call to Chris Monty and see if he's there.
3 years in a row, Long Island's favorite transgender comedian.
Yes, that's correct.
Chris Monty.
Correct. And probably a favorite to win the 4th in a row.
Speaking of Chris Monty, if you're near the Sayreville, New Jersey area of the United States, Saturday night.
Beautiful.
Me and Monty.
I know this guy's got kids, multiple kids. He's in his 60s.
His kids have kids.
Hello?
It's amazing. It's almost 10 o'clock, and Monty's kids are still screaming in the background.
They're awake, man.
No, you know why?
They don't sleep ever.
I know why. Because your wife she's off work this week, and she has zero control of those children at any point. Ever.
Zero control. But you know what? It's fine. It's all good. We were away for a couple of days. We came home today. We missed them, and it's fine. But you know what? Here's the funny part. No matter what time they go to bed, I don't know if your kids are like this, Mark, but they still get up at 7:30.
Oh, they'll be up now.
Yeah, and we're exhausted because then we stay up until 12, 1 o'clock, and we're like, all right, we want to sleep till 8:39. But no, 7:30.
But they're
like clockwork.
But she's off of work this week. I'm assuming a Wednesday morning. You're slow. You're not doing anything until the afternoon tomorrow, I'm guessing.
I'm actually not working until Thursday night, so I'm good.
Okay, all right, very good.
Hey, congratulations on 3 years. I can't believe 3 years.
Yeah,
thank you very much, sir.
I mean, and I watch and I listen. I don't always watch live or listen live, but Mark always sends me the link to the show.
Yeah,
and I'm on the road and I pop you guys on. The Banya show is phenomenal. The Malusis show is phenomenal. All you guys.
Malusis always hits a home run.
But
I got to tell you something.
Yeah,
I never would have bet that you guys would last 3 years.
Seriously, I never would have bet.
No, that's fair. I mean, I think any type of endeavor like this, 3 years, aside from whether we're doing well, not well, it just takes intestinal fortitude to be able to just show up every week
and to stomach.
Listen, I know you were going to be there.
Right.
I'm surprised that Keegan stuck it out for 3 years.
Seriously.
And I know, listen, it's easy for him because you do all the work, and he just shows up.
But you know what, though? As I've told basically every person who's ever watched the show that says the same thing, I said that he still needs to show up every week.
Exactly.
And that's
kind
the
of undertaking
thing.
that is.
This is a guy who is a road comic, a family man.
Well, I
doing all
wouldn't.
that stuff.
I wouldn't say road comic.
He's here and he serves his role. He does a damn
The
well.
road is what? Northeast Jersey? I mean, come on.
Sayreville, New Jersey, Saturday night. Me and
Actually,
Chris
me and Keegan are working together, right? Saturday, right?
Saturday night.
So is it just a two-man show, you and Monty?
No, Emily Page is hosting.
Wait, Keegan, refresh my memory. Who booked us on this show? I totally forgot.
James the Benedetto comedy show.
Oh, that's right, the Benedetto. All right,
You know what's funny?
I have the flyer, and I totally forgot about this show. But it's actually relatively close. It's like northeast. I've been to Sayreville many times in Jersey, so it's from my house. It's like 37 minutes.
Exactly, it's not bad at all. And
it's not bad at all.
I was actually with Roach this past weekend. And he's
Stop
working. Exactly.
Because you guys have been trying to get him on the show for 3 years, and he's canceled every time.
Not so much anymore, though.
We gave up on him.
That's okay.
But he's like, I'm working for James the Benedetto Saturday, and I forgot about our show. And I'm like, oh, so am I. We must be on the same show. So I thought it was me and Roach, and then Roach ended up leaving his wallet in my car. Oh. So he's like, I'll just pick it up Saturday. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And then I look.
No money in it.
No, no, there wasn't a dime in it.
But if you want a rubber from 2011, it's definitely still in there, though. So that's good. So it's you, Monty, and Emily Page.
Now, we thought it was Emily Santosis. But it's not.
Yeah,
it's
I
Emily
did.
Page.
At the Christmas party, Emily Santosis came in, and I said, hey, we're working together. And she's like, when? I go, February 22nd, me and Keegan. She goes, I don't have a gig on that day with you guys.
Wait, Emily
and
Page
like,
is
that, another Emily.
Emily Page is the female actor who was in Juno, who now became
Elliot Page now.
Is that who it is? That's you're
That's
working with Emily Page,
the transgender Elliot Page. Yes.
Now, will you stop in Monty's house and pick him up? Or
I'm gonna meet him at his house.
Well, I don't know. We didn't discuss that yet. Right. I don't want to put Mike on the spot or whatever. If we have to go separately, we go separately. I want to make whatever's right.
Now that Mark put me on the spot.
No. I just, again, I'm not exactly king of the road gig, so I'm curious as to the dynamic of the thing. Two friends heading in the same direction.
Yeah. We have gone to gigs together. I've hit Mike up in the past and said, hey, if you want to come by, I'll drive. He can come to me. He can drive. He comes to me. Either way. Yeah. But it's sometimes if I know it's that one's a Saturday, so I know it might be easier, but. Sometimes you just want to go your own way. You don't got to stop then and let me off, and we can just both get home at the time. Because that's always an extra. There's an extra thing when you got to drop somebody off and pick them up.
You're convenient where you are.
You practically live on a highway. You're right there.
And you guys know, I lived in Central Queens for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm from Long Island. I'm from Western Nassau County. I'm from Elmont, but I lived in Central Queens for many years, and it was very convenient for me. And when my wife married me, who's from Belrose, which is the easternmost part of Queens, and I'm in Floral Park, which is just up not even 3 blocks away from the eastern part of Queens. Right. I'm on the borderline.
Sure.
When she wanted to buy a house. Yeah. Luckily for her, people that grow up in Belrose want to live in Floral Park. And she said, do you want to move to Floral Park? And I said, that is the furthest east I will go on Long Island. Right. Nothing against Long Island or Long Islanders, but just because of what I do for a living, I want to be near the highways. I want to be near the airports. I want to be close because a lot of travel, you know?
Wow, thanks for that.
But let's talk about you guys. I know that was a lot of babble, but let's talk about you guys. Let me tell you something. 3 years, no small feat. From having me as your biggest star in the first year, or me and somebody else, to the way you've gone with, like I said, Heitner and Malusis and you had Nelson Figueroa, you had Steve Summers, you guys, and the kid that paints, the autistic kid that paints, I forget his name, but.
Painting by Trent, yeah,
but just phenomenal guests, phenomenal shows, and you guys deserve credit. And I don't want to break your balls or be funny. I want to give you serious kudos because if it wasn't for Hirschman, Keegan wouldn't have a career right now.
No, that's not true at all because he's good day job.
No, I'm joking with that.
We are the team to end all teams. This has been a great 3 years.
And let me tell you something: it doesn't happen without Tony Walker.
That's right. Right. Although, like I said,
the straw that stirs the drink, we call him.
We definitely would prefer. Well, we already said. I mean, obviously, Sally is kind of what
we all
wanted.
miss Sally.
Yeah, but
Tony's our big toe.
But
he's
let me tell
Sergeant
you something.
Hooker. Yeah.
Tony Walker is the glue that keeps this whole production going.
Right, and that's what's actually holding his leg to the stump right now. Glue. Yeah, that's true. Well, we appreciate you. We love you. We'll have you back in studio soon if we can't find one of these celebrity guests to come on.
Yeah, when you have somebody cancel, call me because I'm around on Tuesday.
We'll do, and we appreciate you. We're going to end the show.
No, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go. I'm going to come in, and I'm leaving you guys on this. I'm going to come in. We're going to do a Tuesday night show.
Yeah.
When I got something to plug on Long Island, I'm doing something on Long Island. I'll call you. You'll always hook me up. You always do.
Yes, sir.
Very gracious to me, and I appreciate that.
Of course.
And then all of us will go to Miller's for wings after.
What a great idea.
You know what?
I
It's a
love
good
it.
idea.
I love
Done.
it.
You know, we'll make it Tuesday night. You tell the wives, listen, we're going to be on late tonight because we'll get done at 10, and we're going to be out till midnight. We're going to have a couple of beers and a couple of plates of wings, and we're going to videotape on our phones for your TikTok page the wings after. You know, with the big little,
what a great idea. I love it.
Take a look at our zingers.
zingers.
I love it. We'll also show the food that we get.
Yeah, we'll do it all. And you know what? The most followed people on TikTok are the pizza and wing and hamburger review guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit you over the head with this semolina bread.
Right.
Hey.
Oh, hey. I can make it a sandwich. How you doing? How you doing?
Sister's ass. How you doing?
Look at Mario Bosco. Oh my God.
That's right.
That's it.
Hollywood Mario.
We love Mario, and we love you, and thank you for coming on, brother. And we will we'll be in touch. Okay.
Monty, I'll see you Saturday.
All right, congratulations, guys. I wish you 3 more years.
Thank you, sir. That's as much as we're gonna get. See ya.
God
Bye.
bless you.
Bye. Yep. That's it, guys. Poor guy, 72 years old. He's got a newborn taking the first steps in the background. It's just remarkable.
He's taking his last steps.
He's right. He's got the kids play with his tennis balls on the bottom of his walker. She's bouncing it against the wall. He wants to stick it back in the thing. It's just unbelievable. But Monty's a good part of our show. And listen, man, we can go on. The memories are endless. But we've only just begun. As
that's right.
As who said that? Crystal Gale. Who sang that song?
Just begun.
Karen Carpenter. Someone did. Very good. So we're going to go ahead and say, I'll let Mikey go ahead and promote what he's got going on, and then I'll let Anthony, and then we'll give a final salutation.
So we did say me and Monty in Sayreville, New Jersey, Saturday. On Sunday, I'll be at Docks in Island Park with Tony's co-host Rosie, Danny Calabrese, George Gallo is going to be headlining it.
Love it.
Monday, I'll be at Butera's in Sayville, Italian restaurant.
Beautiful place. Good
amazing food there. And like I said, our buddy Frank Lucano, who's a good friend of the show. It's going to be March 19th is the Night for Smiles, which is a fundraiser for children who have lost family members. It's grieving family. It's a big fundraiser. They're going to have Doc Gooden there, Ted Nolan, Brian Trottier, Butch Goring's going to be there. A laundry list of celebrities.
Damn, that is good.
So message me or Mark, and we'll get you a table or a chair there, and
or whatever.
It's going to be a good night.
Or a stool for like Tony.
Stool, yeah.
Okay, Anthony, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. What do you have going on, young man?
Cafe Spiga, February 28th. Come join Murder Mystery.
Where is Cafe Spiga? Where is
Cafe Spiga is out east, Mount Sinai.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Another place with amazing food.
Yes.
Excellent.
Great
okay.
people.
Tommy Giordano is the owner.
Oh,
He's
Tommy
great.
G. Yeah.
Tommy G's the best.
Hey, you doing? And that's it, folks. We appreciate what you've given us. We hope that you love what we've given you, and we'll keep on rolling. And we'll see you guys next week with I don't know what we have planned for next week, but it's going to be something good.
It's going to be something.
It'll be good.
You bet your ass it's going to be something.
To 3 years and 3 more years. We appreciate you. Peace out.